Alright, hey again YouTube. This is part 2 of the Neo. This will be like a little quickie follow-up kind of thing. As you can see, I've done a ton of stuff. I didn't want to get too far away and forget what I've done, so this is kind of like another verbal dump note-taking session or whatever. So, been messing around with a few things. So, we got JCIAs, and that's wonderful. They work fine. There's so far nothing weird about them or anything. They just do what they're supposed to do, so nothing to write home about there. I haven't done extensive testing, but so far so good. The RAM's been socketed. I went back and forth with DRAM and SRAM, running down another unrelated issue to the memory, which we'll get to later, but turned out, the SRAM was not the problem at all. But in the meanwhile, everything's socketed. If I ever need to put DRAM in this thing, I can, or other memory things, which I got something cooking on that. We've got our... I don't know if the megabit was in there last time or not, but it also hooks up to D700 like our modem does, and here's one little bug I did find on this board. I don't know how well it'll show up on the video, but these two headers are labeled D500 and D700, and the silk screen is backwards. So I reached out to Johan. He's going to update it in a later rev of the board or whatever. But just in case you run into it, D700 is actually the one on top here. So I went crazy trying to get the modem to work. Couldn't figure out why, and then took a scope, looked at things, and yeah, sure enough, the silk screening is backwards on that. Not the end of the world, just something I thought I'd throw out there. Most of the fun stuff is here in the video section, right? So last time we had the onboard modulator populated, the one that's built into the motherboard, and it worked pretty damn well. I wasn't completely upset with it or anything like that at all, but I had gotten these retro channel modulators made up, and I had to run 5 boards made. I really only needed one of them for a 64C, but I thought I'd try one on here anyway, and I'm really blown away by this thing. It works really well, so he became a fixture on the board for now, but very happy with this thing. The jailbars were minimal at best, right? And you can see in the bottom corner now that they're almost non-existent. Got to look real close for them anyway. But I wanted to play around with the LumaFix kind of thing, and I didn't have one for the 128, so this is a C64 LumaFix, and I am just taking the 1 megahertz clock and... what the hell was the other one? Might have been AEC. No, it was something else. I gotta check my notes. Hang on. Okay, so going into this LumaFix module is the 1 megahertz clock and the RAS line, the row address select. And that came from... somebody posted this. I'll put a link down below. I don't know the guy's name, but it was... I saw it on one of the Facebook groups or something like that. But at the recommendation of all the testing done there was the biggest bang for the buck came from the 1 megahertz clock and the RAS clocks. So took those two signals in here, they get inverted there, and the Luma line is being sent in here and then sent back out, right, on this little itty-bitty jumper there. So all that to say, the jailbars are damn near gone, and they were really faint to begin with all the upgrades that went into this board. But here, I will pop this chip out, and hang on, let's zoom in a little bit so you can see how much the LumaFix really does help. So yeah, there's our bars back, and like I said, compared to the other 128s, really minimal, but I wanted to do everything I could to clean this up. So the 128 is just nasty when it comes to video output. So put that back in there, and the bars pretty much disappear. It doesn't look that great in C64 mode. I don't think any of the 128s ever did, but I've got an idea for that too. After that, I was playing with some different carts that drew a bunch of power, so I whacked in this extra, I think that's 1,000? Yeah, well, it was whatever the hell I had laying around on the bench that fit in the slot there, but I think it's 1,000 microfarad, 16 volt cap. and that helps with a little bit of supply going out the card slot. But yeah, so that's it for now. The video upgrade was huge. The onboard modulator was pretty good, but there was a little bit of color bleed to it. There's less color bleed now. And I'm having to do video with a screen because none of my capture cards do this any justice. So all I have are cheapy USB capture devices that pretty much suck wind. And then the last thing, and this thing's going to require a video in and of itself, but it doesn't work that well yet. This is a D32 Pro, STM32 kind of board, and this is the FujiNet adapter. And it's the Commodore code is in its infancy. It shows up as a device number, and you can get some things to load, but the timing is still a little touchy and stuff like that. But we're able to put a device directly into the IEC bus that way. Have it all internal. There's no reason you couldn't just put an SD to IEC in here or something along those lines. So anyway, that's my update for now. This is what the 128 looks like today, and I've got some other stuff in the mail that's going to be really cool and go in here soon. So I just kind of wanted to wrap up that first video that was getting kind of long and boring. Here's just a quickie little update of video circuitry, and really that was the big thing I wanted to talk about. If you're trying to get something to run on D700 and you're pulling your hair out, that's why. So anyway, I'll cut it for now. We'll see if this is even worth posting, and we got some goodies in the mail, from our happy little PCB vendor. So more to come. There's going to be some cool stuff going on in here.